Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're having another pizza party for Poppy's 77th birthday. But in the meantime, we're doing all the preparations. So you're going to see there's dough everywhere. These are the dough balls that were broken down from the big dough that we did make on that other video. And now we're ready to roll. Back here we've got some Marsala reduction, which is chicken stock, fresh garlic, mushrooms, fresh rosemary, and it's been reduced down to a nice demi-glaze. And we're going to make the Marsala with that today. Alright, so what we're going to do is, it's a very simple recipe. We'll do another video on how to make the Marsala reduction, but this one is going to be how to flour dredge and cook that chicken. So we're going to get we got butter and olive oil in here, right? About 5 tablespoons of olive oil and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to get that piping hot, right? So we'll put the lid on there and put it on high. While that's happening, let's come over here. Very simple. Fresh rosemary and garlic, guys. You're going to find that a lot of my dishes, whether it's a red sauce, whether it's Marsala, whether it's breaded chicken cutlets, what have you, I like to season with fresh rosemary and fresh garlic. Goes into a lot of my stuff, but the rosemary not as much in the red sauce, but we do use a lot of fresh garlic being Italian. Alright, so we got the fresh rosemary ready to go. Get a couple of cloves, I'd say 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. I'll take 2 big cloves here of fresh garlic. We're just going to smash it down. That's how you get the skin off. When you smash it down, it releases the oil in the garlic, which in turn separates it from the husk, if you will, or the coating. I'm not sure what that's called, but we'll call it a husk for lack of a better term. Alright guys, we're going to take that garlic there that we just smashed down, and we're just going to do a quick little dice on that. Alright, then we're going to turn it around and come the other way. So what we're doing here is just cutting it a little smaller. What's the goal of this is that once that butter and olive oil gets piping hot, we're going to infuse it with that flavor and that oil from this garlic. It's all going to be released in that piping hot oil. And I hear it going right now as we speak, so let's get the top off. You hear that, guys? That's what you're looking for. Alright, that's what we're looking for here. You see the pizza slicers out, guys? We're getting ready for a big pizza party for Poppy. But in the meantime, we're making chicken Marsala. Why? Because we're going to make another chicken Marsala pizza, guys. That's how we're going to roll today. Alright, so everybody seems to love it, the whole family, so I can't resist but to make chicken Marsala. See that piping hot? Now we're going to infuse it with the rosemary, and then we're going to go right into that with the fresh garlic as well. Okay? That's simple, guys. All right, we're going to swirl that around nice, and while that's happening, we've got our seasoned flour dredge over here. What we do is we have flour that we've mixed in with fresh diced rosemary, garlic powder, Lowry's garlic salt, and onion powder. And that's all been mixed in there. All right, we're going to add a little bit of extra, I think, because I'm going to make a little extra flour dredge. So we're going to just add a little bit of each one of these, and then also we're going to add grated Parmesan and Romano cheese as well. All right, and that's going to give it a nice cheesy, yummy flavor. All right, so we're going to mix that around. All right. What we'll do is we're going to we'll pull some of that out of here because we don't want to get the chicken all over all of this right away because we may not need it all. So we'll pull some of that out. We'll come in here with the chicken right here. This is just boneless chicken breast, guys, diced up into little cubes because we're making this for the pizza, so we want the pieces a little bit smaller here. Alright, we're hitting it with the flour dredge. That's seasoned flour, all-purpose flour seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Lowry's garlic salt, and a little Parmesan and Romano cheese. Alright, now we're going to come right into the pan. We're going to come right into the pan here, guys. It's a little high. We're going to come down with that a little bit. It's a little high, so I'm going to pull it off temporarily, and then we're going to come in here. I'm going to come in with more chicken pieces right here. Back on the heat again. Sometimes you have to do that. If it's too hot, you pull it off the heat. Let it cool down for a second, then throw it right back on. Alright, so we're gonna flour dredge this chicken. Adds a lot of flavor when you layer your flavors with the seasoned flour dredge. It definitely gives it a nice pop. Alright, so we're gonna bread this. I'm sorry, I said bread this, but we're really seasoning this with the seasoned flour dredge. That'll cook up nice. Now if it dries up, don't get nervous, guys. You can always throw a little extra olive oil in here, and that looks like what we're going to have to actually do here. We'll loosen it up with a little extra virgin first cold pressed olive oil. That's all we use. When it comes to the oil we cook with, we go top shelf. We want the best. The first cold pressing of the olive is what you want. So we're going to come around the rim and just a little bit in the middle. There you go. Just like that, we're back in the game. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more. A little bit more. That's it. And we'll come back to see you guys in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes when this is time to flip this stuff around. Hey guys, welcome back. Here we go. Actually now we look like we have the brown on there that we are looking for. Now we're going to just slur this around a little bit. Let's spread it around. See that color, guys? That's the color you're looking for, so make sure you come in here, flip some of these around, make sure the raw side is down. Alright, but that is the color that we're looking for. You see that golden brown? That's got a little crunch on it right now. Let me turn the fan off so we can hear it. You hear that sizzling? That's what you want to hear. If you don't hear that, then you didn't get the pan hot enough, okay? Because we're really looking to sear the outside of this chicken and have the inside be nice and juicy, right? So we're just making sure all the raw sides are down like this one, right? See that nice crunchy yumminess? It's got fresh garlic and fresh herbs. Beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. That's absolutely what we want, guys, all right? We're right on point here. All right, so let's spread this out. We're going to let this keep cooking just another minute or two, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do here, guys, because we're going to finish this. I'm going to dump it out, and we're going to do it in a couple of batches. I want to make sure we got plenty of people coming over for Poppy's birthday. We don't want to run short on chicken marsala because they love it. All right, so you got that? Hear that? That's what you want to hear. Now, while that's happening, we're going to make sure we're prepared here. We have the Marsala wine I highly recommend. It's not sponsored, but Taylor Marsala's got a nice pop to it. And boy, is that yummy. So we're going to give that about another 10-15 seconds possibly. Let that really get a nice cook to it before we deglaze it. We want that chicken to be cooked through. Right? Let that go. Oh yeah, you're getting beautiful now. You're starting to really get color here, guys. Alright, so just slurring it around a little. Oh yeah. That's going to be delicious. Now here's the bottom line, guys. This is going on a pizza. So it doesn't have to be fully cooked, but I do want to have that crust on the outside because that absorbs all that flavor from that Marsala reduction and the Marsala wine that we're about to hit this with. So this should almost be dry. By the time I hit this with that Marsala wine, it should caramelize and you should have nothing but sweet yumminess coming up on this pan. Alright, so just another minute, let that go. Piping hot, we're going to go up to high on that. Alright. Get it nice and high. We've got our reduction back here, which I will teach you guys how to make. That's the world famous chicken marsala reduction. Fresh herbs, mushrooms, they're baby bella mushrooms, organic chicken stock, Marsala wine, olive oil, fresh garlic, all reduced down for hours. To make this much Marsala wine, you would need 3 gallons to 4 gallons, reduced down to 3/4 of a gallon, all right? Because then the flavors get very intense and they get very yummy, all right? So first thing we're going to do here, we're going to swirl this around real quick. Looks like we're pretty well done here, right? Got a nice brown on that chicken. Just a couple pieces are light, but once again, this is going to go on a pie, so we don't want to dry it out. That pan is getting kind of dry. Now listen to this. Oh yeah. Now we're going to hit this with just a little bit of Marsala wine while keeping the temperature on high. All right, because you want this to caramelize. It's going to start to get nice and thick and rich. And now look at that, how it just disappears. That wine just disappears. Now we come in with the reduction. And we're going to hit that with the reduction now. Slide this over to the heat. Keep the heat on high. We're going to come in here with this reduction. Okay, you hear that? See how thick and yummy that's getting? All right, we're gonna come back in here again. And one more time, just to make sure, because it is gonna cook down. And we wanna have enough gravy, because trust me, folks really love this. I've been making this for years, perfecting this recipe for years, and I've got it down to a science where it's very simple. And I'm not taking credit for it. I like to copy those who know what they're doing over the years, and I paid attention, you know, and I've had master chefs tell me how I could better my Marsala creation, and I've just done it. Now what I like to do here is I like to hit this with just a little bit of Parmesan Romano, just a little bit. And that little salty pop is gonna, I don't have to put salt because you got a nice salty pop to that Parmesan Romano cheese I just put in there. That's gonna thicken up beautifully. And I'll tell you what, guys, you're looking at it. Chicken Marsala for the Marsala pizza, and we'll be back, guys, for the pizza party, and that Marsala will be going on a thick crust pie that's gonna go in this pan right here, which I know you're familiar with. Not sponsored by Oneida, but that's a great heavy-duty pan, and we'll be putting that Marsala on a delicious thick crust, and it'll be just yummy. All right, guys, thanks for coming out and checking out my video, man. We'll see you next time.